Hi Year 12, this is the second part of a short video helping you to think about how to analyse sources in methodology. I speak quite slowly and write even slower, so it might be an idea to speed this video up. You can always scrub back to check bits you missed. So let's get on with it. The third hint is what type of data is obtained from quotes, in-depth and free-flowing close quotes interviews. They're, of course, what we to refer to as unstructured interviews. This is a classic interpretivist approach, and the data that's going to pop out is going to be rich in detail, full of meaning. It's very, there's no structure, so it's really hard to compare to another interview. And also, is a subtle point, it's spoken, which then gets recorded, and the researcher then needs to transcribe. That means verbatim. Posh words for just means write down word for word. E.g., if the young man says food, then the transcriber will write down, type in F-O-O-D. At a later date, transcribing is not the same as interpreting. And the target group, if the target group speak about food in a certain sentence, may not be, chips and chicken. It might be talking about drugs, because that is slang, what we call sociology's restricted code. So why am I saying this? From transcription to interpretation, there is room for bias, and it depends on what the researcher understands as what the meaning is, and the researcher's own values may affect the findings. Anyway, so of course we call all of this data qualitative. Right, that's the type of data. The best way to get as much qualitative data from an unstructured interview is if you've developed empathy, understanding, insight. French word means you get on, rapport, best way to remember this, a good rap together. Then all of that is in Weber's German word for all of that, verstehen. That's a key word you want to use when you're talking about that sort of data and that sort of data collection technique. Now, and I'm just develop on this point, it was Bourdieu, it was Bernstein who spoke about language code. This is an extension point, yeah? Don't sweat if you're not getting this. Language code. And he said people generally, the middle class generally speak in elaborate code. Are you quite clear that you get my full meaning? And the working class in general speak in a restricted code. Do you hear me? And this, there's a difference, and to understand in code and to understand this one's harder to decipher. The reason I say this is this job is room for various interpretation. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. That's number 3. Hint 4, I'll read out to you. What difference might the guarantee of anonymity make in relation to validity? Okay, anonymity is not confidentiality. Yeah? So, for instance, if I said a member of our year group is going off to join the Foreign Legion and is not telling any member of staff about his plans, have I breached anonymity rules or confidentiality rules? I've breached confidentiality rules. However, if I said Adam Samadi is going to make a major life decision, I've breached anonymity rules, but I have given him confidentiality. So there's a difference. Now, anonymity, there is an ethical dimension to it. It's the morally right thing to do because it's the best way of protecting people from harm, emotional, physical, potentially, so on and so forth. But also, there are practical benefits. And the practical benefit is if you tell someone they're going to have an anonymous interview, they're more likely to tell the truth, so your validity is going to go up because you're getting nearer the social truth. So we could say that is an anonymous interview, and that could be an interview where the respondent is named and the target is the social truth. Okay, so the reason why anonymity helps is if you're getting named, you're more likely to give socially desirable answers. E.g., so Jake, did you loot anything? No, says Jake. I did not, but I saw some other people loot. Now that may be true, may not be true. But if you took his name out, you're more likely to get the truth. What else can we say? All right, let's leave that there. That's number 4. Just the sort of things you need to think about. So here are keywords: practicality, ethics, validity, socially desirable responses, that sort of thing. Anonymity is different from confidentiality. I wouldn't bother going into confidentiality, the difference, but these things are not equal.